Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Samantha Perry and Brian Nato will be joining us throughout the afternoon. And it sounds like a broken record, but it's another fantastic day in South Florida, Samantha.
It really is. We've just been so lucky with the weather. I feel like when it's not raining, which we haven't gotten in a couple weeks,
Right.
it's just been absolutely beautiful. Not a lot of humidity, just a great day for racing.
Let's check out what's going on with the Rainbow Six this afternoon. I believe it's a $225,000 estimate pool, so it's getting the build up once again.
And there was a single yesterday,
Yeah, there was
right?
a single
Yeah.
yesterday. It was a hard one yesterday.
was so
So
tough,
was
yeah.
the tropical turf. We were talking about it when we were on the air. It was just a hard day to handicap. Similar situation today. Sort of had the scratch bird come in and it would knock out a couple of races, but otherwise we're doing okay. So we got the fast main track. We got the firm turf course. Of course, we have the all-weather Tapeta, and we have glorious weather today. So we'll get right into the first race, which is going to be a mile on the turf. These are claimers. They're 3-year-olds and up. Two scratches, the 1 and the number 6. And Brian put together an early pick 5 ticket. So let's take a look at it and see what he come up with. You know, we'll talk about this race in a moment. He's got a single with the 9, Red Heart Spark, 9 to 5 on the morning line.
Yeah, that's a bold single there.
Yeah.
I went a different way, and then just too deep in race. 3, the 4th race, another single of the 1, and you could punch a ticket like this a couple times. Looney Sema, that horse looks really strong in that race, and in the 5th race he's spreading some. That's a good turf race, a mile on the grass that kicks off.
Very affordable in here. So my top pick was Samantha, the 1, St. Louis Joe. So he was scratched out, and I bumped up to the number 3 horse in here, and that's Crypto Man. You know, and but what I like, it's Jorge Delgado on the drop.
Yep, I do too. This was always my top pick, and I feel like the 3 and the 7, they're both going to be very tough to beat. But a big drop coming from California here, that's a strong move. The races that he was exiting in California were not the best, but I feel like better than this group.
Yeah, and Hendrickson is another receiving some class relief. He had a poor showing from the rail against those 35 condition claimers that produced a couple of next out winners that race. Edgar Zayas for Graham Motion today. So we got Graham here today.
Yeah, we do. And this horse, this is a good drop in class as well. This didn't really show a lot of running last time, but I think that drop should help.
Yeah, and I think the 8 and 4, 4 and 8, whatever way you want to go for the Triumph Super looks pretty good. We'll flip the page and we'll go to race number 2 this afternoon, and it's 5.5 furlongs. This is on the main track. I believe, I didn't check for sure. We don't think we have a Tapeta race today.
No Tapeta racing today.
Tapeta.
No.
Whoa. So 5.5 furlongs, maiden claimers. These are fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, and a clean slate in the second race with no scratches, jockey changes. And I see that you went with Patty's Having Fun, and I believe we got a stat from Mr. Mike Yates.
Yeah, this is with him debuting with maiden claimers here at Gulfstream Park, and 26%. This is a great stat. Miguel Vasquez, he's been riding with his pants on fire, it feels like, the past couple of weeks as we started this Royal Palm meet. So this filly here, she was working with, and you'll remember this horse because it was my long shot. Your long shot won the Rainbow Six.
All right.
Emily's on Fire was who I had on the rail, and you had the outside horse for Terry Pompey. Now, this filly was working right with Emily's on Fire. Now, Emily's on Fire didn't run well yesterday on the Tapeta, but this filly for 12.5, she looks like she can win easy.
Yeah, you know, so we'll see how that one does. I did go with the number 8 Ghost On, who's changing barns now in the Jennifer Young barn. The daughter of Kozan shortens up to the 5.5 furlongs, responded to both the drop and the addition of Lasix with a head defeat, was the favorite going 6 furlongs. On paper, you would say this is the one to beat.
Yeah, she is, and I think the fact that she's got some speed, it helps, and she's drawn to the outside.
Yeah, and you know, one other horse you might want to look at is the number 10 horse in here. Maybe has a shot, so we'll see. Well, you went with the number 9. Tell us about Red. Oh, that's Brian's single.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Red Hot Spark.
Well, it's Bruno Schickendas, and Liz Doble's a barn that has kind of struggled the past couple of months, but I feel like this is a filly that second off the claim now. She showed a lot of improvement last out, and now she's going to try the dirt for the first time.
Yeah, and that, you know, got to try the dirt. That
Yes.
right away, you know, you said it's a bold single, so I would think to say that too, because you don't know what really you're going to get with a horse going to the dirt for the first time. You don't usually say that. You usually say going to the Tapeta for the first time, but not. Okay, let's go to race number 6 furlongs. These are maidens, and a nice race. We had a couple of scratches in here with the 4 Ash Wednesday and number 7 Corona Princess. And I believe that we have a video. We'll start it off with that video. Do we have a ticket here? No.
No, we don't.
Let's show a video. I think Brian has a ticket in
every race.
So.
Yep, I know. It's okay, though. Not this one. This is Danzit here. Now, this is a first-time starter filly for trainer Todd Pletcher. She is a half to Tappet Trice. We saw him last year. He was on the Derby Trail. Now, look at who Danzit is working with. This is Pirate. This is the half-brother to National Treasure.
Wow.
Who won first out, then came back at Keeneland a couple weeks ago, and he ran 4th. But I think it's a good sign that Todd Pletcher is matching a horse up with Pirate, but this horse kind of struggled, let's be honest, at the end of the work. But
right.
Pirate is just much better.
Yeah, it was a good work there. So Pirate, you know, they found out yesterday that if you have Captain Morgan rum with Diet Coke, it's called a skinny Pirate. Did you ever buy one of those?
No, I did not. I didn't know. No.
Just some of the things that I find interesting.
That's very
has
interesting.
Nothing to do with race. I did go with the outside horse, Tinky Abadio, and this one from the Carlos Perez barn had been knocking on the door in 2 starts at 6 furlongs. Maybe the term, maybe today is the day. Got the nice outside trip with those 2 scratches. Mm-hmm. Maybe today that gets rid of the second-itis.
If this isn't the day, then I don't know what is. She just, I have such a hard time trying to get her to the winner's circle because she runs fast, but she just won't win.
Well, we're going to talk about your top pick in here because we went through whether this is Ralph Nick's final day of training. He's retiring, if you're not aware of that. Silver Moonlight, Liam's Map, and you think he would want to go out with a bang. And this is a $300,000, purchase.
Yeah.
So it's a good horse.
It is, and she worked 10 flat at that sale, and I like the way she's been breezing here. She was originally my long shot, but now with the scratches, I don't think we'll...
Oh, this is the one was your long shot?
Yeah, this I don't think we'll get 6-1 here. And Edgar Zayas is aboard. These are all good signs. She looks really good in the mornings. I'm excited to see her today.
Yeah, and like I said... by the way, good luck to Ralph for whatever his next endeavor is in there. So let's go to race number 4 this afternoon. And this one is a 7 furlong claiming event for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upward with some conditions. Scratch the number 4, Top Recruit. And how did you go in this race here? We did have a sprint stat on Safi, but he scratched out. So was that your top pick?
No, the one was. I'm surprised you don't have the one.
Yeah.
Big drop in class for Pete Walder. Much tougher competition at Aqueduct. Now, I don't know what we'll get. This horse, shipped from Aqueduct down here and has been here for a little bit, but didn't run during the championship meet, which could be a little bit concerning. And this is maybe a for sale sign, but they take the blinkers off. I don't know.
For 7-5 on the board after its last 3 races, I'm going to watch one.
That's fine.
That's my thought in there, and I did go with the 2 Maptitude. And Maptitude, what a great stat on this. I got it written down. Maptitude is dropping to the 25 level and stretching out to 7 furlongs. For Terry Pompey, she's 33% with the 61 to 180 day layoff. With sampling. So she does a great job. So coming off the bench, and I went with Maptitude in there. Then you have the number 6, and I also have the number 6, and that is Real Talk. Joe Orsino, another one that's getting a little bit of a drop today.
Yeah, and it's good to have Paco Lopez back. He won a couple races at Oaklawn yesterday. You look up, you see him everywhere. Yeah, you never know where he's going to be. And Joe Orsino sends this one out. Another drop in class for this horse. This is a good post position, and it was a tough race he was exiting. And
by the way, Scaramanga is listed as a gelding, and if you don't know about Scaramanga, that was the name of the guy in real. What was that show that everybody watched? I forget right now. He was the mean guy.
There's a lot of shows with mean guys.
I'll think of it when we take a break. When we come back, I'll remember it. So we'll take a short break. Be right back.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to drf.com and use coupon code ONEFREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today, Ron and Samantha. So was the man with the golden gun for James Bond Scaramanga.
Yes,
so just so I got it all mixed up in there, which is what I usually do. So with that said, race 5 this afternoon is going to be a mile on the turf, and it's a starter allowance and no scratches in here. It's where the Rainbow 6 starts off. So we'll show you my ticket here, and here it is right here, $43.20. What a shock. We'll talk about this race in a moment. Just too deep for me in race number 6. My top pick is the one. No, it's the 2 in it. First time starter, I got second. Unequivocally looks strong for me. My single today is last episode, Speed on the Rail for Todd Pletcher. Got coverage in race number 8. My top pick is Chicken Cacciatore, but it's just Cacciatore. And in race number 9, the 5 horses, top pick is Candy Gray. I think we got a replay of that horse. And then in the last, lost my long shot with the 5 Grand Tower, so I bumped up to 3, but I got coverage. Once I lost my long shot, I said I'm going for it all in that race.
Yeah, you have to. Playbook play. And it's also the Tropical Turf Pick 3.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, low 15% takeout. I'm singling right off the bat here. Race 7, I've got 3 of them, but last episode I do have on top. Race 10, the finale today, I have the 3 Charge Off in the mix as well as Muntalik and Joint Resolution.
Yeah, so Tropical Turf Pick, we mentioned this over and over. It really pays well. It was tough yesterday, but I like the fact that you have a single.
Me too.
And I have that same horse on top, and that is the number 7 in here, and that is Backjack, and tell me why.
Well, gosh, this guy, he tries hard. He runs really hard every single time. And that last race, he was defeated by a nice mott horse named Broken Spur. That was just in the thick of the championship meet. Now he's back with horses that, to be honest, they're not very impressive, Ron.
Yeah. So we'll see how he runs the 7. I agree with you wholeheartedly there. Then you had the Alley Bear in here. If you look at Alley Bear, those 2 turf races against 25 starter allowance runners were pretty good. You're getting Brendan Walsh, does an excellent job, and really been impressed. Fernando Howard hasn't won a lot of races here, but if you watch me, he's been riding pretty good.
Yeah, and this is a good post too. This filly, I've tried to get her home, I think in her last 3 starts, and I finally have signed the divorce papers on her because she's kind of like she's just a filly that she runs the same race every time, but it's not enough to get to the winner's circle.
And the number 2, Frank Sarda, had some interest in, why? Because it's Marty Drexler. If you look at the first after the claim, which this is 28%.
Yeah, this is big. And, if you're spreading in the Rainbow 6, this is a horse. So you get the Patter Pop connections as well. This is one to keep in mind.
Yeah, and that is race number 5. So after race number 5 does come race number 6, and it's 6 furlongs. These are maidens, and we have a couple of scratches in here of the 5, the 6, and the number 8 horse in here. And you got your late pick 5 ticket.
Yeah,
Let's check
we
it
do,
out.
and this is a really good late pick 5. It's tricky. I've got a $48 play. Race 7 and 8, just throw a dart at it. Race 7, I do have the 1 on top, but I don't really trust the horse. Race 8, I do have the 7 on top. That is Bank Frenzy. There's the single there, my best bet, Candy Gray, and in the finale, the 3 Charge Off on top, $48.
$48. And of course, to pick these things, talking about things that pay well. If you get the right horses in your late pick 5, boy, they come back really nice. So getting back to this race, on top you have the number 1, Goodstone, and I think you had some first-time starter. You have a work you want to show?
Yep, we do. And Goodstone is going to have to overcome the rail draw here. Now, this is from the gate. He breaks well here. The inside horse, he did have a name yet, but it wasn't up, and that name was Mindframe, who was absolutely unbelievable on Florida Derby Day for Todd Pletcher.
I remember that.
He was so impressive. Now, Goodstone worked well with him, but for a little bit, at least what we're seeing here, and then Mindframe just draws away. This horse, if Mindframe was in this race, imagine what he would do to these horses. Goodstone just couldn't keep up with him on the gallop out, but he ran well enough to win here today.
Yeah, that's great news. So you know that with that horse, because that horse was so impressive
So good.
on Florida Derby Day. I did go with the number 2 unequivocally. It was probably unequivocally the one to fear in here after returning from that extended layoff to set the pace, finish second. Got an 81 buyer in that
Huge.
race.
Yeah,
So-
it was such a big number. Can he come back to that? I'm not sure. If he does, well, the rest of the field is done.
Yeah, and the number 7, Bold Ambition. It's Safi, first time start. I think you got to give this horse a look when you're betting the tries and supers.
Yeah. This horse to me is a little on the small. I'm just not. This is a bet against to me.
There you go.
There you
I
go.
like that. So that's more better information than anything else. It's a bet against, and I'm going with Samantha on that one there.
Okay.
So we're going to go to race number 7 this afternoon, and this one's going to be a mile and the 16th on the turf, and these are maidens. We do have some scratches here. These are 3-year-old filly maidens. That's the 6, 7, 8, and number 11. That's 6, 7, 8, number 11. And Brian has a late pick 4 ticket. Let's see what he did with this late pick 4. He's got 2 in here, the 1 and the 3. Last episode, my best bet today. Also the 3, Street View. I think we have a video we're going to show of that horse. And then in race number 8, single for him, Cacciatore. And then race number 9, right back with Candy Gray. I agree with him there. And he's got your 3. I got your 3 in the last race for the tropical turf with Charger.
Yep, I hope we get it done. Punch it a few times. This is a
$3
way.
bucks.
Yeah, exactly. So you can make some money if he's right. And kicking it off here, last episode, I think we all have him on top, don't we?
Yeah, I think you got to. I just said he's got speed. He looks real good from the inside. He's he's the $900,000 daughter of Intermischief, a half sister to $1.8 million earner Shanghai Bobby. Stretches out speed. Now, those 2 horses I mentioned had their success on the dirt, so they're a little different with the main track, but he just looks like the one to beat. Going back to that, the horse you have in second too, Gilaroo. You have a work you want to show.
Yeah, this was now this is a barn that doesn't usually win. I mean, at this level doesn't win first time out. But Gilaroo's on the outside here. She is working with Vivu, which this filly won the San Isabel on Florida Derby Day at a big price. So this is before that race. And look at how well Gilaroo, Vivu had already won a race at this point and then was about to be a stakes winner a week later. So the fact that Gilaroo could work, well, it's kind of like the mind frame angle. Imagine what that filly would do to these.
And on the turf, which you always like to see, it looked very good going along on the turf. Looked like the horse was reaching out and everything like that. Street View, you have in third, I have in second. Is going to stretch out this afternoon for, George Weaver and MCL Jaramillo. And we have a replay we want to show.
Yeah, look at this start here because it did not go well right at the beginning, Ron. Now, this horse is the one. She breaks okay here, but watch what happens in the going into the first turn. Now she's the one, she's on the rail here and she's sitting okay, but then this is where the trouble happens here. So nope,
Yep.
and
No,
it just
yeah.
kind of kept getting worse and worse. You fast forward, she was the only one to come out of the back and make up any ground. She ended up getting second. That was a huge effort by her. I don't think she was going to win the race by any means, but she ran big this day.
Yeah, that
and we
was
had that winner. That was Grey Motion's
Yeah,
Royal
that's right,
Winter.
yeah.
You and I picked that horse.
We did, and that one horse, boy, that was great. We really had a lot of trouble in there. So, and I wanted to mention the number 9, Pacific Front for me. A sharp second at the distance, 2 starts back, is going to stretch out, hoping to rebound. Sort of a sightseeing trip last time at going a mile for Jimmy Toner. I think this horse has license to run better this afternoon.
Yeah, and I think the extra 16th, that makes a big difference, especially with a horse like this.
So I've mentioned that starts the late pick 4, and we got similar to the top 3 there.
Yeah.
So let's go to race number 8 this afternoon. It's 1 mile. It's an allowance optional claimer. And interesting race in here. And I know we got a replay of Copper Master along with Eastside Cool and the one and the only Noble Drama.
Yeah.
Who's still kicking around here for $35,000.
Yep, he is. Noble Drama does his thing out the back. That is what he does. He comes from way out of it. Copper Master, I felt, ran really huge on the rail this day to get the win. Eastside Cool just kind of rode the coattails on that race. I thought Coppermaster ran very well. You see Noble Drama on the outside making a big run. Now, what do you do with this group here? Because they're all going to be, although Coppermaster ran so well, they're all looking up at Cacciatore.
Yeah, Cacciatore just, going for 3 in a row, stretching out to the mile again after posting another open length victory when defeating those state-bred optional claimers, going 7 furlongs last time out. Certainly looks like the one to beat there, and you are going to try that with the 7 horse in here, Bank Frenzy.
Well, my problem with Cacciatore, Ron, is that when he broke his maiden, he wasn't running really with anything impressive at all at the mile. Then at the 7 furlongs, he ran huge and he looked like $1 million, but he just, I think that this 1 mile distance he might get exposed here.
And that's 20,000 state-bred optional claimers.
Exactly.
So, it's a jump up in class. I mean, he looks very impressive, breaking his maiden for 40, then coming right back and winning. But this is not as easy a spot as you think it might be. So maybe Bank Frenzy coming off the bench for Lisa Lewis. She had a horse run yesterday, run very well. Actually, I think I picked her somewhere today again. So she does a great job. They leave these horses down for her in the winter, and she works with them.
Yeah, and first time gelding too, which is nice. So
we'll see how Bank Frenzy runs in race number 8. We'll go to race number 9 this afternoon, and this one is 6 furlongs allowance up. We got a Candy Gray in here. 6 furlong allowance optional claiming, no scratches in this race, and the top pick, my top pick, and Samantha's is Candy Gray. And we have a video we'd like to show you.
Yeah, so she was scratched a few weeks ago in a stakes race. She'd kind of nicked herself coming up to the paddock, and they had to scratch her.
I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is her. She worked behind Practically Dark, but look at her, Ron. She just goes and goes, and she sat way off of Practically Dark at the beginning of the work, and she just is doing everything so easy. She had a huge maiden victory first time out. I think she can come back and run well now with Lasix. She was way better than Practically Dark. Now, Practically Dark guy is a maiden, so I will say that, but he's a male and he's older.
Right, he's a male, the older man. You can see the difference there, but Candy Gray, boy, just these horses, you'll have to see what they're going to do when they come back, when they win their debut by 9 lengths. So, okay, devil's advocate, first race back, but now that we show you good work, maybe it's the way to go. We both had some interest in the number 2 horse in here from Gustavo Delgado. Comes off that maiden win.
Yeah, it was a big maiden win as well. Defeated Tinky Abarrio, who's your pick earlier in the card here. It was just very impressive visually. We get Chris Landeros in the irons. This filly, I think she's nice, but she'll have to prove it again to me today.
Yeah, and if you look at Tinky Barrio, this is a little homework for you to do when this comes up and you're putting your late pick 5 ticket together. If Tinky Barrio runs good, I believe it's in race number 3, moves this horse up a bit. So that way to go. You went with the inside horse, Just Great, Arnold Delacour. First time, hasn't been seen since a couple of really nice races at Delaware.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to get with this horse, but she gets first time Lasix. I like the work Arnold Delacour does. Good works. I mean, solid works on paper, at least at Tampa. So it attracted Paco Lopez.
Yeah, Paco's going to be going with that horse. So that was race number 9. And then we'll flip the page. Anything else race number 9? No. We're doing good.
We are.
Race 10 today, 1 mile on the turf. Maiden claimers. These are 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch the 5, 13, and 15. I don't know. I think maybe the 16 is out. It wasn't early scratches. So So I'm sure one of them's got to come out. So we'll see. One more has got to come out. 16 is out. Okay, yeah, I got the early scratches. So with that said, I said my long shot was scratched into the 3. You always had the 3 on top. Caress, I know what you need him for these tropical turf pick 3, and that is Charge Off. Charge Off.
Yep.
What'd you say?
Well, this horse, I think that getting back to the turf is a good thing for this horse. The race 2 starts back. It was a weaker field, but that was only his second start and his first start going 2 turns. So I expect some improve today in a big clash draw.
Big class drop, and Curlin's Kitten came back to win
Yeah.
last week or this week sometime for, I believe, for the one and only Happy Altar.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're keen off that race. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I was looking for a shot with the number 5. The other horse that we both have on the ticket is the number 7, and that is Joint Resolution. Here's Lisa Lewis, and I just thought that she does a good job. Christophe Clement leaves some horses for her down here. And this horse ran a couple of good races, especially that one back in December.
Yeah, it was. This horse's lack of early speed kind of worries me. He's got to get involved a little bit more in the race.
Yeah, he needs everything to unfold in front of him. And
Yep.
then you got a horse like the number 6 horse in here. I'll try it. Mood I hope it is Safi Joseph Jr. What do you get here? We don't know.
Yeah, we don't. Second start now in some time. Second start just of the year now. But the horse ran big off the layoff, so we'll see if he can back it up.
Yep. So that is the 10 races for us. We got about 42,000 in pick 5. But, we are not done.
We are not done.
We have our lightning round that we want to show you right here, and let's check it out.
Yeah, we kick things off with Tropical Turf Pick 3. Make sure to get involved today. It's races 5, 7, and 10. So when the Rainbow Six kicks off,
This kicks off.
this does too. Yep, 15% takeout. It's just we say it again and again. This is just the best $3 minimum pick 3 takeout you're gonna get.
Yeah, and we've been so lucky. We've been on the turf. We've had no rain, like you
Yep.
said, so it's been all turf races during the rainstorms. Of course, it reverts to the Tapeta, but that is not the case today.
Nope.
Proven, with just a great looking day. Now we got the proven points.
Yeah, we've got the leaderboard is set now. No more time is out as of this morning, which means so that's the 19th spot. TO password moves up, and so does Encino yesterday for that one, the Lexington. So this is a competitive field, Ron.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's wide open. That's what you like about it. And every derby is wide open. Of course, we don't have the favorite, the horse that ran here. It just fierceness looks like the one to beat. But you need that perfect trip in the derby. You could see number 20. There's going to be 20 horses in the field. No matter who's in at the bottom part, they're going to be in the race.
Yeah, they are. And it's a really good race. I saw this morning that Forever Young just got to Churchill Downs. That was the horse that won in Dubai. And there's always, they love to bet those Japanese horses.
Yeah, they never run that well, but
no, they never do. They
run
continue
great
to
in
bet.
Japan.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
So,
in Dubai.
And Dubai. Now we'll go to Samantha's best bet.
Mine is Candy Gray for me today.
There it is, Candy Gray. That is race number 9. And mine is race number 7. And that is last episode. Now your long shot, couple of scratches in that race. We'll see what happens with Silver Moonlight. And mine is Tutti Fenuti. I got it out of the race. So that's, we'll have to
You can't
wait.
win all the long shots.
Yeah, I've been doing good. Long shots have been
very
going
good.
great. Well, I'll find something. I'll bet your long shot or something like that. Or maybe Brian's. As I mentioned, fast main track, firm turf course. Ron, Samantha, and Brian will be joining us in just a few minutes. Great to have you along. We'll be back for race number 1.